you have any updates on the injured guys?
I do. Would you like to hear them?
Yes, please.
Okay. So Devery Hamilton will not practice today. Tyree Phillips will not practice today. Evan Neal will be non-contact, still in the protocol. Colin Johnson will not practice today.
Is he all right though? Is that a long-term thing with him?
I don't think it's long-term, but I'm not a doctor either. So, but right now I think he's not practicing today. Gary Brightwell will not practice today. Cam Brown will not practice today. Ryder still out. And then DJ will be off of PUP. Davidson.
What about Flat?
Nope.
He's good?
Yep.
McLeod too.
Sorry. That was the last one. Got the DBs. McLeod won't.
He's not practicing. And Jamie's all right?
Yep. Yep.
You said McLeod. Right?
He will not today. Yep.
Beavers needs to practice.
One more time? Yeah, like I said, yeah, I don't even know if you were there or not. Yeah, that was more the plan. Yep. But he'll go today. Everybody else should be out there in some form or fashion.
Brian, we know you take Daniel's input into the offense quite a bit, at least last year, this year. Do you do that with Saquon too? Because he's been pretty vocal about wanting to be more than just a check down receiver, and it seems like you guys have included specific routes that aren't just like he's the check down guy, he's a in route, in rhythm, a target.
Yeah, I'd say our coaches and players work together really in everything. So we're going to always do what we think we need to do for that game. That's how we always approach it.
Do you see that as a potentially untapped part of his skill set?
Yeah, I just think it depends on week to week what we want to do.
Brian, how do you work with the players in terms of, if they have a really good performance, you don't let them get too high, and if they have a bad performance, you kind of keep them even-keeled and focused on tomorrow?
Yeah, I think that's what we always try to do here, is to try to be focused on today, get better. You're going to go through a lot during the NFL season, and there hasn't been one in 23 years that I haven't, so you're going to have down times, you're going to have up times. You have to really stay focused on your day-to-day improvement, and regardless of what happens the play before, the week before, you have to have a positive mindset, move on with the right approach for the next play or the next series or the next practice, and try to eliminate any roller coaster riding that the NFL usually tries to get you in.
Do you talk to these guys and say, look, you had a bad practice, you had a bad game, we're not going to, make a decision based on that one.
Yeah, I'm very. I think I try to be as transparent as I can with everybody. The goal is to be consistently improving. That's really the goal. So you're going to have, everybody is, myself more than probably anybody is going to have a bad play, a bad decision, a bad day, and you have to be focused, laser focused on what your craft is and how you do it to the highest level.
Sounded like you guys thought.
You okay, Paulie?
Oh, good.
Okay.
Sounded like you guys thought you got a lot out of the joint practices.
Mm-hmm.
Now you go forward, it's just basically you guys and the games. But between now and the start of the season, do you have to structure anything differently, or do you look to structure anything differently for your practices to kind of get out of what maybe you're not going to get out during the week from going against another team?
Yeah, I think you have a plan of what you want to do at the start of camp, but that evolves as your team evolves on situational football, more things that you need to get that you maybe didn't get in the game. Revisit it on a day-to-day basis, put the schedules, we have the layouts of what we want to do, but make adjustments where we need to make adjustments. We're still in training camp mode. We'll be in training camp mode here for the next couple weeks, so a lot to work on.
Daves, Marcus McKethan.
Yes.
I guess you're going to be ramping it up a little bit more this
Yep.
week. Last summer, if I recall, you had him kind of cross-training at guard and tackle. Is that something you plan on doing again this year?
Yeah, I think anytime you can have linemen that are flexible and they can play multiple spots, you try to do that early on in camp and throughout camp, because you never know, if you're not a starter, you're going to have gonna have to have multiple roles. So we'll put him in there, move him around a little bit. We'll see how it goes today, and then we'll talk about what we do, going forward. But he'll do a little bit more today than he has.
Nacho's back today.
Yep. He'll be doing something, Pat.
Is Hyatt's wrist any kind of concern?
Nope.
How do you look at that wide receiver competition, and what's important to you when it comes to the back end of that?
Well, I'd say it's ongoing right now. We got a couple more weeks of practice, a few more games, so just still kind of let them compete it out and kind of see who rises to the top.
Do you like to have a wide variety of types there, and how much does special teams for you play into that?
Well, I think it all plays into it. Again, we're not at that point right now. Roster cutting and all those things. We're still in the middle of training camp. So these guys are going to have ample opportunity. The more you can do, usually the better it is, whether you can play in the kicking game or not and create another role for yourself. But we're still in the thick of it.
What are the benefits of just having the one cut? Do you like that? Can you get too crowded out here, or is there no such thing?
Well, it's the first time for me doing it, so I don't really think about it too much. Just whatever it is, it is.
Do you think you'll like that in the third preseason game when you don't?
I don't know.
Sometimes you run out of bodies there.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, it's the same for everybody, so just play by whatever rules it is.
What makes Cole Beasley reliable and a good route runner?
He's quick and experienced, has good hands. He's done it for a while. He's been a pretty consistent player.
Now that we are 2 weeks from all the contract stuff that happened with Saquon, how have you seen him in camp? Is he the same guy he always is? Is he any different at all?
Same guy. Yep.
Which means what to you? Same guy, like
comes in here, does his job, works hard, knows what to do, practices well, good teammate.
After watching the film, looked like just from layman's and then the PFF stuff, your backup tackles, Corey and Matt, had some scuffling there in terms of just pressures allowed. Any concerns coming out of that and about your depth at tackle? Obviously, you haven't no lead.
Yeah, no, it was the next part of the process. We're good to go out there and get some live reps. Well, again, we all got improvement to do. That's what we'll try to do this week.
Couple more.
What did you like about Gray coming out of Oklahoma? And does he seem like he plays faster than the 4.63 that he got timed at?
No, he was a productive player for him. Did a good job with the ball in his hands. Had some pass receiving skills, open field running. It was good to, again, I told you guys this before, we'll get him reps, returning as many kicks as we can. But again, long way to go like the other young guys.
You've obviously taken the time with your guys on the interior defensive line. I mean, whether they're banged up or coming off of pup. The guy that seemingly stood out last week was Jordan Riley.
Mm-hmm.
Just curious what you've seen from that, and
Yep.
sometimes guys get thrown in with
Sure.
with the big boys and doesn't
Yep.
necessarily step up. What has allowed him to step up?
Well, I think he's made steady improvement. He's got a good room to be in for a young player with the veteran, Dex and Leo and Nacho and Ashawn. They're really invaluable in there for young players. And then Dre and Cox do a good job. And, he's come along slowly. He's improved every day since he's been here. Thought he showed out well for himself. Played a lot of snaps. So he's in a good spot relative to the room he's in, the people that he can learn under, and he's got the right mindset.
What's the biggest growth you've seen in him? I know it's only been a little
Biggest
growth or biggest steps that Jordan.
No, he's really just improved day by day. It's come to this league, it's all new. And then you're inside. He's big, he's long, he can bend, and he's learning stuff every day from Dre and Cox. But I'd say those four veterans are, they're really good teammates, and they take those guys underneath their wings and talk to them a lot. And he's done a good job of listening and just trying to get better each day.
Do you have any one more update on the other PUP guys, Wandale and Aaron Robbins? Any this week, either guy? You think?
Yeah, I just say making progress, but no timetable yet.